I'm back. Oh, let me fix my avatar. I'm so tiny. No longer tiny. I need my wings. There's my wings. Okay, well, my stream died. Not sure exactly what happened. Just that my laptop decided it did not want me to stream. But I'm going to stream a little bit anyways. And I don't know if I should go back to this blank canvas. I might go to this blank canvas and draw some silly doodles instead. Just to make sure my laptop is okay and the stream is okay. I don't want to accidentally mess up something on the comic and then my laptop does the thing again, shuts everything down, and then everything's destroyed. You know? I like distraction, but not when it's on me. So instead, I'm gonna draw this dream. I had a dream where there was this like little creature, a little dragon that I made out of clay, and it was so cool. It kind of looked like Toothless, but if Toothless looked like a salamander and had those single brain cell orange cat eyes, like this little guy over here, this little guy. There are no thoughts behind these eyes. Actually, let me clean up the line for this. It's starting to bother me. No thoughts, only numb. I'm waiting for the day where I can meet this guy in real life. This little, the little silly, the little mango. But anyways, kind of look like Toothless, so I'm gonna just like use Toothless as like a base dragon, I guess, because there's another dragon. There are two dragons in the dream. One of them wasn't mine. Apparently the other one was. So there's this other YouTuber, The Click, and apparently he was in the dream and he was also making a dragon. And he made a dragon that was green, and it looked like a really cool dragon. I might draw that one too. After this one. I don't remember if mine had a nose. Little nose, like Toothless nose, maybe. I also don't remember what the horns looked like, if it had horns at all. Because Toothless doesn't have horns or anything. Might be just like this little salamander guy. I don't know. Probably not. Probably didn't look like that. Let me see. Trying to remember. As I know, I think the snout was longer. He probably had a longer snout. And it was set in like a Minecraft kind of area. Like it looked like Minecraft aesthetic in real life. Long snout. Now your head is too big. Kind of look like this. Because it wasn't like Toothless. It was different. It was similar but different. It kind of looked like I'm just gonna draw the head for now because it looks kind of like this, I think. Very simple, very smooth. Meanwhile, Toothless has like these little nubs. Looking very similar. This looks so silly. But yeah, my dragon looked kind of like that. And then there was another dragon. Let me see if I can remember. I don't remember the face too well, but it looked more like a classic dragon. And those ones I usually base off with like I usually reference horses because for some reason the snout of a horse is similar to what like a dragon kind of looks like a classic medieval looking dragon. Let's see if I can get the head turn right. Sometimes the head turn is always looking so cool, but when you draw it, it just does not want to be drawn for some reason. And maybe this one was more of a, I mean, technically a wyvern. It really, the terms are interchangeable at this point. A dragon's a dragon. Whether it has feathers or scales or, you know, whatever else. This one had, I think, 4 horns, so like 2 pairs of horns. It was a lot like thinner, and it had like thinner horns like all along its spine. I'm gonna make him disappear a little bit actually, because if he's turning his head, he needs to disappear. Also, I'm gonna erase some of this so the horns are more front. Maybe I'm making them too long. I might be making the spine horns too long. What are they called? Spikes? Spikes. There we go. And these big old wings. I'm just not gonna fully draw right now. I don't remember what the eyes looked like. They're definitely smaller, but kind of like that, I guess. Had more of a sharp look. A sharp and it looked like a very fast dragon. The cuties. They look like they wouldn't be in the same media. Like, but apparently I made both of them out of clay. Like, there was this like giant pot like thing, and then it had like this goop all over it. Let's see if I can get this. Where's my paintbrush? Goop. And I had that all over it. And I don't remember what color it was because it kind of changed colors. Like if you think of what clay looks like when it's dry versus when it's wet versus when it's like in the oven, I guess. That's kind of what it was. Like it had a little bit of reddish, orangish, because it was like supposed to be like molten. I don't even know what it was. I was gonna say lava, but it's not really. It wasn't really lava. It kind of was just existed, I guess. This goop stuff, and I don't even. The dream. It's like how all dreams are, where they're not fully like. They're not fully all together, so it doesn't make a lot of sense. I don't even remember if it was like the dragons were made out of whatever was in this pot looking thing, or if it was more like I put something in there and then it gets created. I do remember it looks similar in some ways to a crafting table. So I'm gonna guess like on the side of it there would be these like, I don't know, enchantment table language right here. Blah, blah, blah. That's my best guess because I know there was like something about a pot, but also like it was very Minecraft themed. And I remember the wings for like this one, very, let's see, they were like, let me zoom in a little bit for you guys. They were a little bit like torn up a little bit, like they were just like made that way for some reason. I'm just gonna copy bat wings a little bit because that's sort of what they looked like. They were very, but they were like torn up. Wait, 1, 2, 3. That's 4. There should be another one. There should be a 5th one. Kind of looks like that, except I usually draw it connected. For some reason, this one didn't. I usually have like the actual wing flap connected to the body of the dragon or dragon-like creature, kind of like a bat. But this one, I'm pretty sure it didn't have that. It was just like, it was just torn off, kind of. So if this was the body, it would be like that. It was a pretty cool looking one. Not sure how well it would actually fly. I haven't seen in the dream neither of them like flew or anything. I think at first they were supposed to be only like clay models in the dream, and then for some reason my dream decided, you know what? These dragons are gonna come to life, and yeah, they're going to like play around and stuff, which is pretty cool. That was pretty cool. The dream. I remember this one. Let's see. This color might be no, not that color. That's a little bit closer. That's kind of like this. It's hard to get the color right for something that you saw in a dream. This seems close enough. I do remember they had like some darker greens, but also some yellows to it. And that was the whole thing. Kind of looked green. If I were to design this, I would make the horns a different color. And it might have been darker. I don't know. Maybe it was like different shades of green and I'm just mixing it all together. Let's see. If I go like this, I know there's like definitely some yellow along the wings here. So I'm gonna do that. I'm also gonna change the horn colors a little bit. And the belly definitely was a little bit lighter. It's kind of like that, I think. It looks super messy. It's like sketch level messiness, but it kind of looked like that. Maybe some darker greens here, because it was like a little bit darker green. And mine was obviously very Toothless inspired. It was Toothless colored. Let me see. I don't know if this is too dark. This might be a little bit too dark. I'm going to try to color anyways to see how it's gonna go. You know what? It actually kind of looked more like it's not called a sand wraith, is it? Or a woolly? Because there's other versions of the dragon that are in um. There was this game for How to Train Your Dragon, and it got shut down because copyright issues, which is crazy because it lasted for a really long time. It was up for a while, and then it got caught by copyright issues because they didn't like that they were using the dragons and stuff, I guess. Which makes me also surprised why it didn't get caught earlier. But anyways, one of the dragons was very similar to Toothless, but it was not. No, there was two of them. One of them was like a sand-based one that was more spiky, and there was another one where it was like fluffy, and it was like, might have been the same thing. But anyways, it existed, so. And I remember the scales were also really cool looking. Like the scales would move in the dream, like whenever the kind of look like this. Toothless has different scales. Like if you look at the Night Fury scales, they look different. I think. I'm pretty sure. All the dragons have like different scales. And this guy had different scales too. I just know mine had him kind of like this. Which kind of reminds me of this one snake that actually has scales like that. Cause I'm not, cause let me, when I color it, it would like show it a little bit better, but it was a little bit raised. So if I go back to coloring, I'm gonna get the lighter color of all of this. Quickly go over like that. Get one of the darker colors. Let's see, this color is probably darker. Or is there an even darker color? I might go a little bit more. And I go in between all of the little cracks, so then it shows like, yeah, it was raised. Raised scales. Actually, did you know that sharks have scales? They might be called something different, but if you zoom into their skin, it's actually a lot of layers kind of like this, depending on what shark it is. Different sharks have different scale patterns. Candy! Hello! I stopped checking chat as much because I didn't think anybody was on it, but hello! I'm drawing dragons because my stream cut off. So I'm just drawing the dragons I saw in my dream right now. Yeah, the scales were like that for this dragon. And actually, I don't remember, I'm trying to remember what the eyes looked like. I do remember they had cat-like eyes. So it might have been actually darker around everything else except the pupil. But I don't know. Yeah, yeah, vipers have scales like that. Dreams can be weird. I don't know why this time this was my dream, but it was. And Let's see, I think the scales for this one is like more, they were smaller scales. Like, I do remember that. They were like smaller. Like, you can barely see the scales. Like, you can barely see the aphids that killed my plant. That's what I was talking about in my last stream a little bit. In the beginning of it, I was talking about my plant that I was trying to save. And that's why I was a little bit late to the stream. And I say my last stream, but it was really only like 20 minutes ago. Because my laptop cut it off. Okay, so now I'm gonna take some of this color. And little patch. Do a little bit lighter. I'm doing the right thing. Yeah, this is like little dots. Because that's kind of what it looked like. It's a better representation of it. You know what? I'm gonna change. Yeah, let's get all of this colored in a little bit better. I love coloring the line art. I don't do it as much in the comic, just because like it takes it's like another step I have to do, and usually I don't have time for that. But for actual little doodles and stuff, I like doing it for little doodles. And you know what? I should color whatever the heck this is supposed to look like. Because again, my dream decided, you know what? Let's do this. No idea what it's gonna look like, but and I colored this on the wrong layer. Huh. Okay. Let's see, what's colors an enchantment? No, a crafting table, because it kind of had some of that color in it for some reason. Actually, what it was like a mix of Terraria and Minecraft. So that's where the dragons came from. Let's see, I wonder what, I'm trying to remember what the wings for my dragon looked like. Because I honestly, I don't really remember. They might have been also just smooth. Or not. I do remember the tail was like, it didn't really have any anything on it, which is weird because they usually really like having tails with a bunch of little things, like either like little spikes or something, but this one was plain. Which is funny because it's something that How to Train Your Dragon like really puts emphasis on. Like dragons must have the fins on their tails or something, or their tail is like really important for flight or something like that. Meanwhile, you look at the Whispering Death, and that one is just I don't know how it flies. 'Cause, 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 'cause Like it had little spikes. Let's see. Like that. The Whispering Death, I need to look up. I would need to look up a reference, but basically it's like, it looks like a fly kind of. It's a big old eyes. It goes rah, 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 rah. And I don't remember how many spikes it actually had, but it kind of looked like this. It had like little wings. And maybe this might be the Screaming Death, not the Whispering Death. Because there was two. And this one had like the tiniest little wings ever, and it was like somehow like flying and stuff. Frilly tails are top tier. I agree. Frilly tails are the best. And yeah, it's just like a head with a tail. And so is let's see, the other one is like more round and it has like spikes all around it. It's a very similar design. I kind of forgot what the mouth looked like, but I know it has a mouth, and that one's also just like a little head with a tail and tiny wings. Let's see, it probably had like a little bit of a snout, but I don't think so. I kind of forgot. Personally, my favorite is the death song. The one that has like amber instead of fire, or plasma, I guess, in the case of Toothless. I consider plasma kind of like fire. It's like explodey enough. But amber is different. That traps dragons and it eats them for food. So disappointed when you saw slither wings in the show. It's such a cool concept for a dragon, but they're so ugly. The anatomy just doesn't make sense. Yeah, fire is kind of like a type of plasma. It's like a hotter version of plasma. Slither wings. Hold on, what was the slither wing? Slither. Oh! Right, that one. I remember that one. Vaguely. That one, it did look so ugly. I didn't, like, all the designs for the dragons were interesting. They all had their own, like, spin on it. That one was, like, I don't know why, but it feel like it didn't fit in somehow. Like, kind of like the way the Light Fury sort of doesn't feel like it fits in. But also, like, at least the Light Fury is pretty. Yeah, mine had the tail like that, because Toothless has, like, an actual bit at the end of his tail, but mine didn't. My dragon didn't. And I remember... They look like bootlegs. Yeah, they do. It's weird. It's kind of like, do you know that new-ish show that was like had terrible animation? And I say this like, I don't know what the animator side of it was, but the animation for it was just like not good. Like it needed work. The models needed work. The models for Toothless were not good. And the other dragons looked like they all looked like ripoffs. It looked like a ripoff show, but it was an official DreamWorks How to Train Your Dragon like continuation series or something for kids, kind of. And like the main dragon was Thunder, and it was like a a Night Fury, Light Fury mix in the modern era, and I was like, what? Like, like, I don't know. It was weird. And he had, let's see, I'm looking at a reference right now. Because he looked so goofy. He didn't even have like the proper model for like the dragons. Looked like a dog. He looked inbred. Probably what happened actually, because like if they were Night Fury mixes in the modern era, I don't know how that would happen if Toothless is the only Night Fury to be around, the only surviving Night Fury in existence. You know? It just kind of like this, and they made the neck longer too. So the neck was like, it looked like a dog neck instead of in the first, they actually changed the model like slightly from the first movie. From the first movie, it was this neck was actually like really short, like a lizard. And then by the second movie, they changed it to a little bit longer, but not like uncanny levels of long neck, you know? This is uncanny levels of long neck. Oh yes, yes. Yeah, I prefer the Fever Dream too. And you recently rewatched the original trilogy. Oh, I love the original trilogy. It was so nice. Cheetahs are also really inbred. I found that out recently actually. Pretty crazy. Like, I don't know that much about it, but I was learning about genes and how genes work in chromosomes and stuff. Let me see, because I remember they have like very few alleles to, which I don't know if that's related to that, but it means like lower diversity. So it's like, because like the more alleles, the more diverse, kind of. How many alleles cheetahs have? 10? They have 10. I think. Google isn't giving any answers. I don't know why, but Google has been like not been giving the greatest answers lately. It's been falling off. But yeah, this is, I'm pretty sure what it looked like. It had blue eyes. Look at this inbred little face. Like even if like the Night Fury scales were dominant in the population, like there simply aren't enough in the population to continue it forth, you know? Like, maybe there would be, like... What I think would have been cooler is if there were some light furies that had, like, bits of, like, black scales, if they were descendants. Because that would make a little bit more sense. Considering, the traits are more co-dominant, or, what's it called? Not co-dominant, I just learned this. What's it called? The one where it's, like, partially... The version of this dragon looks adorable. And the actual one, yeah. The fan art looks better than the show. I'll tell you that. And, like, I don't know, like, how low or high of a budget it was, or, like, what happened with the animators, or, like, the writers, or anybody in the show at all. Because even the concept was, like, eh. It was okay. I feel like it shouldn't have been a thing, but it was, so it's like, eh. Look at these little paws. Let's see, I'd probably have maybe like a line of black scales going down the middle or something. That would be kind of cool. Maybe like, you know how in what's it called? Wings of Fire. That's what it's called. Wings of Fire. Wings of Fire has like there's like a teardrop scale beside their eyes, the dragon's eyes, if they have powers or something. And I feel like that would be kind of cool if like a similar concept, not fully like, but a similar concept would happen with the Night Furies and the Light Furies, you know? Oh, jeez, the glitch. Something like that. It just, maybe it keeps going. I think, I'm trying to remember what the Light Fury looks like. I don't know why I used a reference for this guy, but I didn't for the Light Fury one. Used to be really good with this. Braining. Yeah, my brain ain't braining either. It's not called codominance. It's called, it's like partial dominance, but partial isn't the right word. And I don't feel like looking it up because I want to remember it on my own. Genetics. I wanted to study genetics. I still kind of do. Toothless has green eyes, so it'd be cool if there's like a little bit of green. Even though other dragons also probably have green eyes. Yeah, a concept where like there's like one off scale or like a couple off scales that are um dark. That would be kind of cool. But it would only be for like a few dragons because I really doubt that there would be like this much. I don't even know if inbreeding will cause all of this, you know? Like, how would that even work? No idea. Anyways, yeah, I just wanted to like just do a little easy, fun sketch and stuff. Because my stream ended like early. I didn't mean to. Uh, like my original stream, but anyways, because of that, we went a different route, drawing dragons. Because I like drawing dragons, and I really wanted to sketch this. So, I mean, I hope you have fun. I hoped it was silly and fun, even though it's not the usual lore dump. And hopefully this doesn't happen next time. I'll see if I can fix it properly, because I fixed it enough to like make sure it can run a stream, see how it goes. But yeah, that's about it. Bye bye.